What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Marks. So, of course, here is your latest updates on the transfer news regarding Newcastle United. So, Benjamin Šeško is being talked about once again, along with the latest update as well on Yoane Wissa of Brentford. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, here we go. The news from Florian Plettenberg on Benjamin Šeško to Newcastle United is that both Newcastle United and Man United are actively pursuing Benjamin Šeško from RB Leipzig. The talks are ongoing with the players' management team, not the club just yet, according to reports from Plettenberg. But both clubs have presented their sporting projects and financial offers to Benjamin Šeško, and the decision now rests entirely with Benjamin Šeško and his management team. He'll decide which project suits him best, and once he decides, the formal offers will be sent to RB Leipzig. Now, at the end of the day, I hope he chooses Newcastle, obviously, because this would be a really good signing for us. But looking at it, what has been said on the Man United side of things, Man United are saying that they would have to sell before they would be able to buy him, whilst we're in a position of not needing to do that. We've already got the money there at our disposal to go out and buy Benjamin Šeško immediately. We don't have to sell anybody. Unlike Man United, we can just go straight into this deal, give the money that RB Leipzig are asking for, which is about 80 million euros. The offers I've seen knocking around that we're willing to offer at the minute is about 70 million euros, and there doesn't seem to really be much of a problem with that, to be honest, with RB Leipzig. So if that is what we are able to do, then we would be able to get Benjamin Šeško to Newcastle United. Now, this could go either way, as we've seen with other transfers already in this window. Once there's more than just ourselves in there for the player, we have seen it go sideways in a few moves in this window, and the only one so far that hasn't went that way was the Anthony Elanga deal, and that was because, of course, Anthony Elanga was all for coming to Newcastle United. But Benjamin Šeško, according to some reports, is saying that he is somewhat willing to go to Man United, even though they don't have European football. I don't know if them reports can be taken seriously or not, because they haven't really come from highly respectable journalists, and they haven't come from like really good, credible sources. It's come from some smaller names on Twitter in places like that. So at this moment in time, right now, I think we've got to take this with a pinch of salt, but it is a one that we should definitely keep an eye on. Benjamin Šeško coming to Newcastle United is definitely a deal that I would get behind, because this lad, 22 years old, he's proven himself already in the Bundesliga, and he's got that ability. You can see what he can do. He's already proven himself in Europe as well, against teams like Liverpool and other teams as well. And he has been given by myself and my brother, the nickname the Scouse Slayer, because every time he plays Liverpool, he's just absolutely amazing. He just goes at them straight down their throats, and he just absolutely kills Liverpool. So rightly so, he gets the nickname the Scouse Slayer for that. And that would be a really good player to get to come into the team. I mean, he would fit Eddie Howe's style of play really, really well. And then you look at the other players that we've got there, that he would be able to link up well with as well. The likes of Gordon, Anthony Elanga. Then you've got the midfield, Bruno, Sandro, Joe Linton. All of them three there could link up well with Benjamin Šeško. It just ticks all the boxes for me on that one. So hopefully we do see him come to Newcastle United. But like I say, at the moment, we just got to take it with a pinch of salt, and see what happens with it, because we don't want to get too excited too soon because we've already done that in this window and it hasn't worked out well for us. So, you know, we just need to take our time with it. Moving on to the Yoane Wissa news. Wissa is interested in Newcastle. He said himself he wants Newcastle United. He wants to come to us. And he's even said to Brentford, you know, he wants the move to Newcastle United. Now, Brentford have come out and they've said they're not looking to sell unless they find a solid replacement for Yoane Wissa. And we've set our sights on Yoane Wissa. You know, he knows that we want him here, and Brentford know that he wants to be here, and they're not willing to sell unless they find a solid replacement for him. Now, I don't know how long that's going to take for them to go out there and find a solid replacement. Maybe we could offer up a player as a replacement for Yoane Wissa, but I don't see who we could offer up that, you know, would be of note to them and they would class as a solid replacement. I mean, obviously we're not going to offer up the likes of Jacob Murphy or you know, somebody like Willa or something like that. We're not going to offer players like that. Maybe, you know, we could offer up somebody along the lines of maybe Harvey Barnes in the deal. But then again, that's going to, you know, take away from the depth that we need to build out the squad, which is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to, you know, build the squad up, and we don't want to be losing another body out of that depth already that is getting a little bit weaker since we've seen the departure of, you know, Callum Wilson on a free away from the club, expired contract, of course. Sean Longstaff as well off to Leeds, you know, so there has been departures, so we need to start building that depth up. But the talks between both clubs have been pretty good, you know, and the valuation that we've got for Yoane Wissa is considered fair, and we're meeting on, you know, the right deals here. It's just a matter of time now to see, you know, how long it'll take Brentford to find a solid replacement. Now I think, you know, we can expect this to move pretty quickly once they do that. But let us know your thoughts on that one down in the comments below. Just to wrap up the video, a few quick talking points, of course, is, you know, Benjamin Šeško, which side is he going to choose? Is he going to choose us, or is he going to choose Man United? I mean, we've got an exciting project here. We're in Champions League football again, you know, so we've got that on our side against the likes of Man United, who don't have any European football this season and will only have the Premier League, FA Cup and League Cup. And then, you know, it's about how much playing time he's going to get as well, because at the moment, you know, we've got the ability to be able to give him that playing time, especially if, say, Isak leaves in this window. Then that will mean that, you know, Benjamin Šeško will have all the playing time he wants, alongside the likes of Willa, who will play as a backup. And then if we sign anybody else in that department as well, that will be there as an option. But this is definitely one that we need to keep an eye on, the Benjamin Šeško one. And of course, Yoane Wissa is all for the move to Newcastle United, but it's just about, you know, Brentford finding that solid replacement before we can start seeing the move on that deal going much faster than it is already. What do you think? Will Šeško pick us, or will he pick Man United? And is Wissa the right target for us heading into this season? I mean, he ticks all the boxes. He's already Premier League proven. He scored 19 goals last season. He is on the older side. It's 29. But when you put him alongside the other players that we've got there, you know, that's not going to really be much of a problem, to be honest. He's going to still be able to do, you know, really good stuff for it. And he was one of the main reasons behind why Brentford were doing so good in the league as well. And the same goes, you know, for his teammate who ended up going to Man United, of Brian and Burmo. But if you looked at the games for Brentford, it was usually, Yoane Wissa setting up Bryan Mbeumo quite a bit in situations, and sort of similar on the other way as well, with Bryan Mbeumo setting up Yoane Wissa. So if we can get Wissa to Newcastle, then we'll be able to see, what he is able to do. And in our team, we've got a lot of attacking options. We've got a lot of creative players there. So if you can score 19 goals in a Brentford team that didn't have as many creative options there to set players up, then you can see, why this would be a really good deal. But anyway, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Hit like, share, subscribe to the channel, and of course, make sure to keep an eye out for the match preview for the game against the K-League All-Stars coming up. And I'll see you in the next one. However, lads.